Twasma Dwagon says, History Whiz, hi.
Hey, how you doing, man?
We need a slider that adds more sliders.
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
That would be.
I mean, there is one.
That would definitely be the thing that I.
It adds or removes sliders at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
It's called a scroll bar. Or scroll bar.
Let me think of that. There's a lot. Like, there's a ton of things that I would like. I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think of the one that I would like the most. But again, I want to tell you that's not what I decide.
No,
that's not my role in this project. My role is not to decide the what, but more the how and when. That's where my responsibility starts. Martin Anvard, the game director, is the one who decides the what we're going to do, our big picture planning goals, that sort of thing.
These are some terrible planets. Well, actually, this is a really good planet, but I would like to terraform it, but I can't yet.
Bleeding energy credits pretty bad.
Oh no, I feel so bad for you.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna whoop these. I'm gonna whoop these mining drones.
Yes, leaders cost energy for everyone now.
Basically because to expand costs influence.
Yep.
To balance that out, we made leaders cost energy instead.
Yep. So
and also, you're going to need more leaders because you're going to have more fleets, so you're likely going to need more admirals, things like that.
Absolutely. Is the game director the god of this game? Well, he is the GD at least. Just needs the O.
Yeah, I hadn't thought of it that way. Martin is definitely the creative vision behind the whole game. His ideas create the foundation of what we're going to do. But then I have to be, my job is to make sure that we can deploy those resources and actually make the thing.
Von Nope asks, the game is getting too great. Do you plan on making it worse in the future? No, but you could probably mod that.
You know, there's new ways that we could make. I could turn up the create bugs
knob on
the create bugs knob.
Yeah. More bugs.
Because that's how these things work.
Has the leader cap been increased too? Let's check out the leaders. So I have access to 10 leaders, which is base, and I believe that was the same earlier. But remember, the one thing that wasn't, why is this guy available? That wasn't, but isn't introduced in 2.0, but earlier, is that you only need one governor for your core sector now, which is very nice.
Yes, totally.
The create bug slider causes every empire to be the insectoids. The puns.
I'm anticipating that
jokes.
with the combination of that cockroach portrait and the post-apocalyptic civic, there's going to be all sorts of hilarious empires of based on the notion of a nuclear war and only the cockroaches survived.
I think that can happen though in the game. I think you can find a Soul 3 Tomb world with a cockroach.
I've not got that personally myself, but I think it's hilarious. And
it's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm really envious of like content designers and such, because they're way funnier than I will ever be.
They get to. I have some of the best in the business. The writing in this game is genuinely really good. I'm a wordy person. I love the power of language, and my content designers write really well. To a much higher standard than you normally get in video games, and it's something that I notice. It's something that I really appreciate.
Right, let's see how the technocracy is doing. They are inferior. Let's declare a rivalry, because they have no friends. Oh, hey, we have new icons for Casus Belli. They used to be dead birds, and now they have been changed.
Yeah, there we go.
They make They're easier to tell apart now, which is nice.
I'm gonna miss my dead doves. I thought they were pretty cool,
Sure.
but I can see how people didn't dig them.
Do I make a claim? Do I make a claim? Do I make a claim?
To them, our weapons must appear like magic. Yep. Conquered it. Okay. And now I need to extend the sector.
Let's bring up our fleet before we make claims. Where's this guy going? To the wrong place. This guy? Have you not taken out the whales yet? Bring back the dead doves. Well, you can probably mob that in. And it won't affect Iron Man. Probably.
Construction complete.
What do you think is the best thing that is coming in 2.0 or Apocalypse? The slider that lets me crank down Unity and research. I've said this before. This is my favorite thing.
Yeah, my favorite is definitely the new borders. I just love actually feeling like I own what I own and not having to guess about what I'm going to get. Things like that. I really like that.
Oh, here's a good question. Do claims expire or will they state permanently?
I believe they are permanent.
There is nothing here that would suggest otherwise. Where is my fleet at? Come on. Kill people. Well, they're whales. Come on, kill it. So if History Wiz is conquering primitives, is his empire giving them history anecdotes? I mean,
yeah, I'm actually torturing them.
No, but people like your anecdotes. That is debatable. Let's grab this guy and just take him up here as well so he can research the debris, because the technocracy is actually equivalent to us in technology. Damn it. What do the ones? Alright, so how much do you know about the claim system?
A bit. What do you need to know?
Here next to the add claims, I can add or subtract claims. So someone else has claimed some of these systems.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what does this mean? Someone else has claimed them, so I can do this.
So basically, the reason you want to do multiple claims is if multiple people are, if multiple empires are competing for a system and they are allies in a war, the side that has the most claims will get it.
Yeah.
If you win. So basically, it's a way of reinforcing your claim in a crowded galaxy where multiple people might want the same thing. If we hadn't done that, if it was just claim on or off, it would have been very abstract who gets what when the war is over. And one thing we really want to avoid is unsatisfying war results, where you feel like you do the majority of the fighting, and then your rotten ingrate ally, who's half the way across the galaxy, gets the benefits.
All right. I think that's pretty clear cut. See no history is heresy. It's true. What happens if they have equal claims? So what if this guy has one on all of these?
I'm not precisely sure how the logic for that works, but I'm positive we've thought of something.
We're gonna test it out in just a bit. Right.
Again, I do feel a little nervous doing these things sometimes, simply because I don't know as much as our designers do.
No.
I appreciate you guys' patience.
Let's move this up as well. What are we getting? Let's get this resource.
System survey concluded.
Equal claims. If it is equal, then it's whoever claimed it first.
Oh, that makes sense. So the Space Habsburgs will own half the galaxy.
Construction.
Absolutely.
Because they're one of their innumerable 17 cousins or whatever was looked at the great-great-great-granddaughter of the current claim holder across the crowded ballroom, and their eyes locked, and then Habsburg claimed it forever.
Yeah, that's usually how it works with Habsburgs, isn't it?
That's kind of the story of Central European history, isn't it? Okay.
All right. Let's make some more armies, because I'm gonna have to. Because this has a colonized planet, isn't it? Yeah, colony. Good. So let's make some armies so we can take this over. I am almost ready to attack. Gonna make my claims and attack. Wait, what did I spend influence on? I don't know.
I have like so much internal development that I can do. I just do not feel the need to attack any of my neighbors yet, and I feel like really bad about that. Like I'm not role-playing properly. But the thing is
fine.
I really don't want to burn all my lives and treasure until I have no logical way to expand peacefully.
Yeah.
I want to be as rich as possible so that anyone I do pick a fight with, I can kick their asses. It's important to have ambition.
Will there ever be a point where you feel the need to give us more ascension slots for ascension perks? I mean,
that's a big official maybe.
Yeah,
it depends on game
very
balance.
much maybe. I mean, there is more space here, and there are more ascension perks coming, but it's also a case of you have to pick and choose what route you want to go.
It definitely depends on game balance. Also, with the what's it called, the unity ambitions, you have more sinks for your unity. It's not just a unitary resource that only has one thing it can output into, and for role-playing reasons, people may find it unsatisfying to fill out the tree completely. They may feel that like I want to play pacifist. Why do I need to invest in like all these powerful fleet buff stuff that doesn't fit with my playstyle?
Although supremacy has gotten some things that, for example, let's see.
I mean, having nothing about being pacifist says you can't have a strong military.
No.
And in fact, the only really successful pacifist societies that weren't absolutely isolated on some Polynesian island or whatever have followed a philosophy of strongly defensive pacifism by making themselves too painful to invade.
Absolutely.
Switzerland and modern Sweden actually come to mind.
Yeah.
The objective was never one of aggressively destroying enemies so much as making the outcome of an invasion so costly and fruitless compared to what you would win that they have deterred foreign aggression for centuries in both Switzerland and Sweden's case.
Yeah.
Sweden got out of the empire building business in the 1700s, yeah?
Something like that.
Yeah.
But you have starbase capacity and starbase upgrade costs. Increase and reduction respectively.
Yes.
That's the word. English is my second language. And you do have some things that are really nice for pacifists as well as a more less civilized, I suppose, empire. Let's put you guys here in the Sterian. Because I think these guys were already at war with someone. Nope, they just finished that war with the whole Fair Star regime. Oh. Wait. Where is the whole Fair anywhere else? Yes. Okay, there. Come on, guys. Or did they win this war, maybe? Yeah, they must have, because this is much smaller. Okay. That is unfortunate. Right, let's go into here and then into here. I like the war doctrine unlock for supremacy. Will we see any other traditions getting the same kind of love? I mean, so domination traditions are now required to vassalize. God damn it, pirates. Where
A
were
thing that
they?
I really like about EU4 is how you'll never have enough monarch points to unlock every idea.
Yeah.
You have to choose your national ideas very carefully, and to me that reflects actual life. If you want to be good at one thing, you have to prioritize it with resources, intellectual capital, all that stuff, and it means that you're necessarily sacrificing in other spheres. So I think the idea of not filling out the tradition tree, I mean, you can choose to if you want to,
Yeah.
but I think the idea of not filling it out in a way that feels RP appropriate for your game, and then spending your influence subsequently on Unity ambitions is, to me, a very attractive playstyle. I like it.
Absolutely.
We have lost a mining
And those Unity ambitions are really good. Right.
Do I have pirates in my system somewhere?
I mean, probably.
I heard.
Let's be honest.
Yeah, probably.
Um,
These are the most peaceful space orcs ever.
complete.
I got so much stuff to do in my own empire. I don't feel comfortable getting entangled in a big foreign adventure yet.
well, you're gonna have to eventually. I seem to have kicked these guys' ass. That's good. Although this guy just... There's not a leader in this thing.
I feel like I need
Well,
another spaceport down here.
probably do. Oh, they gave up. Yeah. It's dwarf supremacy. And we got the Zaffa system.
Construction completed.
Fantastic. So, any new kinds of weapons? Yes, actually.
Did we add any new weapons? I thought we just rebalanced the ones that were already in.
Well, I don't have it now, but there's an ion cannon.
Oh, yes, you're
They're
absolutely right.
Titan-class weapons.
Yes, Titan ships have the Perdition Beam, which is basically this massive spinal cannon thing that can shoot across an entire system and blow up a battleship with one shot. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the ion cannons are put in as a defensive counterpart to that. Basically, if you really want to make it's a late game or mid to late game tech that if you really want to fortify a certain system and protect it against enemy fleets, you can put those things in, and they extract a fearsome toll on attacking ships.
I am maxed out on leaders. That is unfortunate. Means I have too many science ships. Okay.
Research concluded.
You seem like a perfect candidate for something like that. And let's get Stark Fortress. I think, Krelak, that's a spoiler for The Last Jedi.
System survey concluded.
Don't put spoilers in chat.
I think if people are complaining about spoilers months after the film is released, their moral authority to do so is somewhat reduced.
Reduced, but still valid in my eyes. Especially if you're in a place where you're not expected to be spoiled on one of the biggest movies of last year.
In the internet age, you should expect to be spoiled at all times and places.
I mean, you make an attractive argument. Let's continue expanding then. Sweet. Oh, there wasn't just a wormhole in here. I just didn't even realize, but there's a primitive civilization here as well. And they are in the Renaissance age. Sweet. Oh yeah, I was
All
gonna look
going
up.
around with big poofy sleeves and ridiculous hats with feathers in them.
Yeah. I think these are. Where do they live? How do I see where they live? They live in here. They are fanatic egalitarian. Well, I'm gonna uplift these guys. Well, not uplift, but technologically advance them. Still authoritarian? Come on.
Your
Well-
your utopian views don't jive with the neighborhood you live in.
No. I'm trying to make them into good egalitarians.
Don't
but
they
it's
see the
not-
value of freedom? If they don't see it, they should be made to.
I mean, I'm trying. I am indoctrinating them.
That's right.
Right, I have 65%
System
of
survey
people.
concluded.
No, 71% of people are now egalitarian, which is good.
The 71% egalitarian majority are going to vote against their right to impose their ideology on everyone else because they believe in the fundamental equality of all life.
Fortunately, I am God Emperor of the Dwarves. Shouldn't democracies use energy instead of influence to boost popularity of a certain candidate during elections? That actually makes sense thematically.
It really depends on what kind of democracy you're talking about, right? In general, like influence sort of represents political capital, political will.
Yeah.
Energy is basically raw economic power. There are some democratic systems where, well, there's probably most democratic systems to one degree or another. It certainly doesn't hurt to be richer than the person you're running against.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
you can run more ads and stuff like that. We don't want to get into too much political commentary
No.
either in our game or on the stream, but in general,
I think thematically it makes sense that democracies would be like, well, you spend money to put up more ads, which puts your candidate in a better light. But I think mechanically it makes more sense that everyone uses the same thing.
as far as resource costs, pretty much anything in the game that costs resources can be scripted to cost something else. As far
So
as I know.
you could mod it if you wanted to.
I'm certain it could be modded. Well, I'm not certain, but I feel confident it could be modded. And if we feel like it's a balance change that is necessary for the main game, it's something that we could do.
Yeah. Will the amount of total ships in the late game decrease with the update? Probably. I feel
like fleets are smaller now.
Yeah.
And we have actually never fear, we have adjusted the strength of Endgame Crisis and stuff like that, Fallen Empire fleets
Default
to match that.
strength. You can still slide it up all the way you want.
Yeah, you can be as crazy as you want. We're not gonna stop
Lighters. There was a really funny it's a really funny picture. I wonder if Nurgle can go onto my Twitter. I retweeted it. It was essentially Stellaris
Stellaris.
with a bunch of quotes.
Amazing.
And I think all of them except one was like actual quotes taken from the stream, and it was really good.
I want you all to know, if you all know about that everything is fine, this is fine dog, who's like drinking coffee with a nice little hat, a stylish chapeau, and in a house that's on fire. My face got photoshopped onto that dog last week.
Of course.
Because, we're coming up on release, and I'm trapped in a glass case of emotions.
And this is fine.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
Obviously.
No, but you need to tell yourself that. You need to find balance when everything is happening in a professional and just in a life sense. When everything is happening at a really rapid pace, you need to keep your mental balance to do what you need to do.
What do you think about early game crisis? Is it too early for such a thing? I think, personally, I wouldn't want an early game crisis. However, there are sliders now that you can adjust the earliest possible start date for crises.
Oh dear, I may need to retreat from this. They're stronger than I thought. Let me see if I can inflict some fleet damage on them, because I've got a ton of... Yeah, I've got a ton of minerals to rebuild, and I'm not at war with anyone. I want to attrite them a little bit, so that if I come back, they won't be as strong.
I took this colony, right? Yeah. Oh my god, there's only robots in here. Damn it. That also reminds me, let's uncheck build robots. And I do not, for any reason, want... yes, and... Oh, I guess I can't set... I can't set AI things yet. Okay, I'm okay with this. Sweet, but we have some elves in our world, in our realm now, and they get to be as free as they want.
My fleet's actually doing pretty well, despite being badly outnumbered.
That's good.
I'm inflicting some losses on them, so it should be an easier attack when I come back.
I don't need all this food. Why did you build so much food? Let's replace this. What tile is this? Let's replace this with minerals, because there's minerals on this thing. Why wouldn't you use minerals? And more minerals. Always the minerals. Every time. how is the unity output by this guy? Terrible.
Okay, I think it's time to withdraw. This is... Yeah, that's enough. Lost 3 corvettes, destroyed 5 ancient destroyers, 7 mining drones,
That's
3
pretty good.
combat drones. Actually, it did a lot of damage to them. Next attack should succeed. Cool. Groovy.
Hmm. These guys aren't super happy, but there's not many elves on this planet, so they're not generating a lot of unrest, and that'll be better.
By the way, Chad, I want to apologize for disregarding one of my core tenets of strategy, which is trying to avoid blunt attritional attacks aimed at trading casualties with the enemy. But when I'm playing Space Orcs, I feel like it's just somehow thematically more appropriate to do so.
Also, all your ships are definitely painted red, because that makes them go faster.
Yeah, that's it. Man, I love the Orcs at 40k. They were great. Maybe not the most competitive choice in most editions, but just the lore. They were just the funniest. They were so great.
You know what? Let's resettle some of these guys. Like, oh my god, why? Hello. Aren't I allowed? Why did I set resettlement to prohibited? Probably actually because these guys didn't like it. Wait. Oh. Set rights. No, wait, it's in policies. Core world. All species, yeah. What are you unhappy about? Free movement. Ensuring the free movement of pops by allowing all species across the core worlds, prohibiting okay, never mind. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna need to resettle some people because I need less robots on this planet. Not replace. Resettle.
Construction completed.
Well, actually, that's a terrible choice. That is a good choice, and that is a good choice.
Anomalous readings registered.
That's a good choice.
Research concluded.
That's a good choice. Okay. Also, resettling costs energy now, as well.
So it should be more practical for most empires, especially big ones who are conducting social engineering on a massive scale.
Absolutely. Right. Sweet. Happiness. Well, actually, it's probably not a lot of happiness. Is there any special event chain for the United Nations of Earth? Don't actually know. Well, actually, there is in general. I think there already is in base game.
Not sure. I've never played UNE, so I don't know.
No, well, I think I learned this very recently that there are, if you play UNE or COM, there are certain special events.
It makes sense, and we've got humans or near humans are always an extremely popular choice.
Yeah.
In our game. So I'm not surprised that there's some special content for it. You never know. In the future, we might flesh it out some more. We've talked about how there's not an official Stellaris lore or canon.
No.
But there is a sort of like general set of.
Well, there isn't a canon, but there's
canon,
lore.
There's canon races, and there's a sort of emergent lore that's come out from things like the trailers and whatnot, which is not official like Stellaris story or whatever, but it creates a bit of a narrative for people. If we want to, we could potentially reference those in future event chains that we do. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Okay, let's put this guy here. Let's make this a science lab. Right, okay. Primitive civilizations have the same gameplay mechanics other than the invasion change that I talked about earlier.
I believe they're the same.
Yeah, there is. I don't think there is anything new in Apocalypse, specific to the UNE or the COM. Although it would be cool if there were.
I gotta deport some of these guys. They're causing way too much unrest.
Well, let's put them on another habitat.
Yeah, this is not ideal. I have these slaves working in labs, and even if I put a lab coat on them, they still go home to their hovel in the slums and think about how they're a slave.
It's sad, really. Any chance that the first dwarf synthetic admiral can be named Liberty Prime when you get one, because democracy is non-negotiable? That's a really good idea. Will we ever see a follow-up to the Stellaris novel? Maybe?
Not sure.
Can we mod Empire borders to use the same sharp edges as sectors? That is a good question.
Maybe?
I don't know.
If people find that look more aesthetically appealing, someone give it a try as a mod. Yeah, that'd be cool.
What kind of diplomatic repercussions will I face when I use different weapons for the colossi? Probably exactly what you imagine.
Yeah, we put in, there should be a system of basically like major diplomatic penalties depending on what weapon you use, and different, I believe different empires, different ethnic types hate certain weapons more than others, that sort of thing. We tried to think of what the logical consequences would be if you flew in and Alderaan someone.
Of course. Can you make sure the Blorga feature in the next trailer? You should go and bug our trailer producer for Stellaris about that then. Or I'm not actually sure what his like Twitter is or anything. So go bug the Stellaris Twitter. I think Susie would love that. All right. Let's upgrade the Zaffa station. And yeah, the Zaffa station. That's good.
People asked me once. I was thinking about it today, and I had a bit of a chuckle to myself. Should a single Corvette with a psychic admiral get an attack bonus against Colossus ships? And I thought, well, no, because your scale is off. It should be a single strike craft.
Yeah, exactly.
X-wing is a fighter. Dun dun dun.
Exactly.
Don't try that with History Whiz.
See, we are running out of time. Too soon, rip Alderaan. It's been like, what, 30?
Do we know
years?
the Twitter account for Jamie? Yes, we do know it. He doesn't have one. I'm an old man. Facebook is enough for me. I don't need it. I don't need more ways to waste time on the internet.
Probably for the better. Social media is disease.
No, it's I mean, I could make one, but honestly, I don't know if you guys. I think that Martin Anvard's Twitter is very easy, and many of my teammates are hilarious and awesome, and they got that angle covered. It's not something that I feel like I could meaningfully contribute to.
That's fine. You have other ways to contribute.
I got other things on my plate. It's true.
I never said social media is great. I said it was literally the opposite.
I think the word disease was uttered. Okay, I need to upgrade my...
Butchie 1984, I don't actually know because I've never bought anything for Plaza. I think you should ping someone on Twitter and ask that. Will the Apocalypse songs be available in the soundtrack? Yes, I believe so. The soundtrack policy was changed for Stellaris, so the price was bumped up a bit, but it will be updated every time there's new soundtracks. It will be added.
Yes.
I believe that's the case.
Yes.
Isn't trolling fans on Twitter mandatory for PDS leads? I mean, Jake was game director for... He was junior game director for a long time and game director for quite a while before he even said a word on Twitter. And now he's opened the floodgates. Okay, second ascension perk. One vision is good. Master of Nature would be good. More core section system. Is there anything else I would want?
Okay. see here.
Construction complete.
So what do you think, chat? What should I pick for my next ascension perk? Install Dominion would allow me to expand more quickly, but I think I've reached the point of the game where that's not going to be a major issue. One Vision is good because that gives me more unity and governing ethics attraction.
It's also the name of an old Queen song.
Really?
Yeah.
I was never too into Queen. Monster of Nature lets me expand my planets, which is really good.
Oh, I've got a drug-addicted scientist.
I mean, as long as he can do science.
Yeah.
As long as he's...
Here's your morphine science guy. Do
Yeah.
science. Go and then back to the mines.
As long as he's a gym high science guy, it's all fine. Or executive vigor. Increase the return on investment you get from edicts is really good. But I think I'm gonna go with One Vision. Yeah, like Bang Bang Duck. I'm gonna go with One Vision. Lifrium, yes, our illustrious CEO, or our maybe not illustrious, but our great CEO Fred has decided to not step down, step up or side something, and become the executive chairman of the board, whereas a new person will be taking over the CEO-ness.
Yeah.
And you can read all about it on the internet. Right. Go on with research stations. Fred becomes the God Emperor of Paradox. Yes.
Yeah, basically, you shouldn't be. None of you should be concerned. He's staying
No.
with us. He's still full time at Paradox. Sorry, guys. This game has been like, as the Empire gets bigger, I have to focus way more on just it not falling apart, and I'm starting to sympathize with those late Roman emperors. But Fred is staying with us full time. He's not going anywhere.
He's
just
keeping
changing
his desk,
he's
which
changing-
is just over there.
Yeah, he's changing his role a little bit. It's just an administrative move to allow him to focus on what he's good at, which is future strategy, biz development, that sort of thing.
Yep.
And some of the administrative work of actually running the company will be handed off to the new person.
Yes. And
Running the company administratively.
yeah.
I think our strategic direction is still basically in Fred's hands, and our identity as a company is not planned to be changed.
No. I know Ebba has said that she will not change much. Oh my god, your sectors are starved for energy.
-7.
Minus.
Oh.
Anyway, unfortunately, we are out of time.
Are we?
Yes.
Here we are.
It's already been 2 hours.
Wow.
And this means that there is Surviving Mars coming up in just a moment, I think. I haven't seen anyone push their head in and be like, hey, we're doing Surviving Mars, but I hope so.
Yeah, it's about time.
Otherwise, the stream will end, and you'll be like, all right, I guess that was the end.
Well, let me give a shout out. C to the Anada. Love y'all. Miss y'all. And wait for next week. It's going to be amazing. It's going to change the whole game in ways you've never seen before.
I'm
You'll
super
love it.
excited for you guys to see this.
We've been working on this a long time. We think it's going to be great.
Yes.
And we'll see you there.
Goodbye. One more week.